roughly 4 million people graduate college each year, and that's a fantastic number. However, only 33% of them are taking online classes or taking 1 to 2 with their schedule at the universities. With that being said, I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons between the two. Also, some of my personal experiences that I encountered when I was at the university, as well as my online classes. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right into all the pros I believe that are for online. I want to mention this one is the number one benefit I believe that online has, and it's the flexibility. You are able to schedule your online whenever you need to. So you just have the deadlines that you have to meet, but other than that, the flexibility is on you. Whenever you have time to do your online, you're able to. I also want to mention that you can log in literally anywhere. You're not set in stone to a campus. You do not have to get up at a certain time to go to a class or to commute somewhere. You're able to log in from your bed. You can do homework on your couch. You can do it at your kitchen table. It's honestly up to you where you log in at. Now back to having to drive to school. You do not have to do that with online. You don't have to commute anywhere. You don't have to worry about your car. You don't have to worry about traffic, how long it's going to take you to get somewhere. You do not have to worry about that at all. You just have to open up your laptop and then log in and do your little thing. I also want to talk about the study time. The study time's on you as well. It's so flexible. I'm going to use that word a lot because your study time is when you have time to sit down and study for a test or read a chapter. You could read a chapter, study for that test, and then take the test within the same hour. It's totally up to you. You do not have to plan for, okay, I have a test on Friday I have to take, and so I'm going to go to this class on Monday, take that Monday test. No, you don't have to do that. You literally could take your test before Friday when the deadline is. So there's deadlines, yes, but you never have to do and wait till the last minute for the deadline. You're able to achieve your homework and get it done whenever you want. It's at your own pace. Okay. I also want to talk about the cost. For some reason, online is lower cost than attending university, which is great. I personally love it. It's so affordable, and I feel like this helps more college students go to college because they don't have to have the hassle of how expensive going to a university is. Now, yes, there are some pros to online, but I also feel like there's some disadvantages, like there is for anything. So some of the disadvantages I believe that there are is like the face-to-face contact. It's more of a face-to-computer screen contact. And yes, some people do fantastic with it, but others might struggle with it. I'm more of a hands-on learner, so I've struggled with online because I have to really focus and dig deep to understand the material. There's no one in front of me explaining step by step. It's more so I read, I do the steps myself to figure out what's going on. And another disadvantage that I believe is also that I figured out is not all majors are available online. However, if you go to a university, they could be. So it just honestly depends what your major is, and this could help you. Some people just want to do their electives through online, which is great. Some people want to do their whole schooling so they don't have to deal with anybody. Just do it. Another thing is you have to be self-disciplined. If you're not self-disciplined, you are going to miss deadlines, you are going to miss attendance for tests or anything like that. You have to be on top of your stuff. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump into the traditional education. Traditional education has been around forever. Sitting in a classroom, having someone in front of you, either lecturing or teaching you step by step, that has been a thing. So with that being said, the traditional is more so organized, I feel like, because everything is pre-planned. You go into your classroom, you have everything the teacher lays out on the board. This is what we're going over today's lecture, and you follow along. Yes, there's timelines. You do have, like you do in online, you do have a schedule, you do have all that good stuff, but it's more so, I feel like, you're able to keep track of it. You're able to, hey, you have a paper due on Wednesday. It's Monday, so you have to get that done. As if for online, you are not. You have to tell yourself, oh, this paper's due on Wednesday. No one else is going to be telling you that. With being at the university or in traditional or at the community college, there's more extracurricular activities involved when you're there. They make you want to attend them because you're already at the university, so you want to go to these things. As for online, there are these things that you could be attending, but don't really want to because you don't want to go out of your way to be there. I also want to talk about the facilities. I feel like that is a huge pro being at the university and taking a science class. It's more hands-on, you have labs, you have the tutoring, as you can still do online, but like I said, it's just out of the way. Now, I think for the cons is for traditional learning is expenses. I feel like you're paying so much more to go sit and have a classroom full of 50 people and you be a number and not be that one-on-one with the teacher. It also has time constrictions. You have a class at 8 a.m. You need to attend that class. Attendance could be a factor. It could hurt you. It could not. That's one I believe is where online is hands down the best, because you do not really have an attendance unless you have an online meeting, which I've yet to see. I've heard about them. But as for in the university, if you don't show up to your classes, you don't have that lecture. You can't, you have those notes on a PowerPoint maybe, but you're missing everything the teacher is saying because you were not there at that one class. So missing one class could hurt you for the whole semester. This also takes self-discipline. The self-discipline of going to class, getting your homework done, having people remind you, but make sure you get it done. And being on this routine of having a certain class every day of the week or every different day, every other day of the week, the routine can sometimes be boring. As for online, you can do it on Monday, you can do it on Wednesday, but maybe on your traditional routine, you have to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or you have to do it Tuesday, Thursday. It has to be done with those classes. Now, students have different learning capabilities, and with a single teacher, when they address 50 people, it could hinder their learning capability. It's not more individual work, it's trying to direct it towards a whole class. So depending on where you live, your family, your responsibility, your full-time, part-time jobs, or whatever you're studying, you may be quickly deciding to push one way towards the other. So my personal opinion, I'm going to throw this in here, is I work 3 jobs. My family is in Texas. Online has been the best thing for me. I'm able to do school, get my jobs done, see family, and still go to school full time. It is honestly the best convenient thing I can think of. Now, yes, when I did attend the university, I loved it. I had so much fun. I was involved in stuff, but it wasn't the right fit for me. I love sleeping in. I love being around people, but at the same time, online was just the ideal, perfect thing for me. Overall, I hope you found this video very beneficial. I really do want to hear what y'all have to say about both sides. This is just my perspective and what I've done research on and what I've seen that charts have polled, that what students like and what they disliked about attending university or doing online. So I would love to hear more about how y'all feel. Please drop in the comments. Bye.